Jim,
Hey, Mike.
welcome back.
Welcome back. Another week.
Another week.
Another week.
Last week was Valentine's Day.
Okay.
You know what this week is?
Um,
For most teachers, it's an important time.
big time. End of the market period
Yeah,
coming?
end of the marking period and the halfway point.
Wait.
School's halfway over.
Hump day.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Hump
This
day.
is a really good time of year.
Yeah.
You're feeling good. You're halfway there. But
You're under 100 days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then we had a teacher who used to
yeah.
count from 100 down.
Yeah, I had
Like 100
a
days.
teaching assistant who would write the countdown on the board every day, how many left to go. You'd look up, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
So this is the time.
This is
It's
it.
also the time for students to panic.
Yeah.
Mr.
realize
Mr. Richard, am I failing?
Yeah. Am I feeling? Well, 24% is not quite cutting it.
I know.
I mean, I'm trying to help you here.
I know.
Turning some of this
24%. Listen, before we get talking on this great
sorry,
topic, let's have another beer.
Okay.
I have a beer this week.
Okay.
Maybe not your favorite,
This
but
is different.
this is called a Framboise Rosé Ghost.
Shows. Okay. It doesn't have the label. This is full can.
Yeah, this is from Anderson Valley.
Okay.
Anderson Valley's where?
Anderson Valley Brewing Company, Boonville, California. So
Ah.
now we're going West Coast.
Yeah,
Usually we're East Coast.
we usually
Northeast.
yeah. This is I think I read
It's like
100
wine country.
100% solar powered. It's one of those environmentally friendly breweries.
Yes.
I think 80% of their leftover mash and their leftover feed goes to feed
Wow.
for cattle.
World's first solar powered brewery.
Now, you said you had never had a Ghost before.
I don't think so.
Ghost,
Not that I recall.
just to let you know, is a sour.
a sour.
And the Framboise Rosé or Framboise is
Sounds
a
French.
fruit. Yeah, it's a fruit beer.
Fruit beer.
And
That's what framboise means.
I believe this is brewed with. Did it say what it was brewed? Maybe
not
raspberries
Not a
and
whole lot on here.
rose hips. I don't know what.
Beer brewed with natural flavor.
Yeah,
Right.
it's rose hips. I'm not really sure what rose hips are. And then raspberries.
Ooh,
And
they're supposed to be good.
is there an IB? Is there an IBU or an ABV?
No bitterness.
Okay.
We got 4.2
Okay.
right there. Bang.
How long has Anderson been around?
I think 1987.
Wow, long time.
Is that what? I don't know.
All right, a cool can. I guess they're into nature there. They have a giant, looks like a giant moose.
Page.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All right, let's give it a shot here.
All right. Let's see what we got.
I'm going to enjoy this. I think. I don't know about you.
Like these? Yeah.
I know.
It's
You tell them.
I don't know.
You tell
There's
them.
Something dry. It's like a dry
It's like a
wine.
I know a little rosé. That's maybe the rosé hips.
Yeah.
There's a little
like-
dryness to it. A little drier than I thought.
Yeah.
I got to be
It
honest
is
with
dry,
you.
Yes. It's like
And it's tart. There's a little tart. That's
Is that what it
that's
is?
the Ghost. That's the
It's
sour.
like
It's
you
a
need
little
glass of
tart.
water after it. Like you need a chaser or something. It is dry. You're right.
It's flavorful though.
It's flavorful. Dry. You nailed it. Yeah. It's like when I used to drink wine. Like when my parents would drink it, you would try like white wine,
Oh.
and it's got the dry. I'm not really a dry guy,
Anyhow,
but anyway,
not bad.
if you like dry wine,
If you
man, this is right up your alley.
Look, trying something different. I think at this point we've had 18 different beers.
I think so.
I mean, that's pretty
It's
good.
hard, yeah. And all of them, like I said, have been really good.
Yeah, we've had quite a great mixture of beers.
You do well on the limb. I got to
I
give you
think
that. You do try.
I
new
think the
things.
point is maybe we like beer.
Yeah. we don't have that distinguishing.
Yeah, we're like
talent.
I know.
Yeah,
On
cold.
our trip this summer, we've been upgraded on our cruise to the premium drink package.
Oh boy.
And the cruise agent said you've been upgraded to the top shelf.
Did I get upgraded too?
Yeah, we're all upgraded to the
I just
top
wanna make
shelf.
sure.
And I said, is there a top shelf beer? That's what I said to her. I said, what's a top shelf beer? She says, I think Heineken.
Ooh,
Oh,
Molson.
no, I don't know.
Molson.
Molson, who knows?
Moosehead.
All right, on to the half a year special.
Oh, here we go.
So
Halftime.
I know, teachers, you think about you think about this time of year. I know students do too, because over the years we've had students come up and say, Mr. McHugh or Mr. Richard, am I failing? Now, look, I teach ID in an LS classroom,
Uh-huh.
and ID means intellectually disabled. And one of my philosophies was always, I don't know if I can fail an ID student.
I don't know if you can because if they have the IEP, someone
Yeah,
told me that once, I think.
so I mean, over the years,
I
there
don't know.
have been students, and I always say to them, I don't fail you.
No.
You fail yourself. And they say, well,
Oh.
Mr. McHugh,
Can I pass myself?
you give me the grades. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give you the grades.
No.
You give the
Shows
grades.
up on iCampus.
I have a philosophy.
That's great.
I let the kids retake tests.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did.
I always give them the opportunities.
Yeah.
And some of my students, and I'll say, Tommy,
I want to try.
you got a 45 on this. Would you like to take it again?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm good. Cool. 45.
And I said, well, we just went over the answers.
Yeah.
Would you like to try it again?
Uh-huh.
No, I'm pretty good
No,
with
I'm
that.
good. I think I'm good.
So,
Yeah.
listen, I
Yeah.
have never really failed someone unless their attendance is poor or something like that.
Even that,
I did have another colleague that worked with me in the LS classroom. He taught math,
Oh boy.
and he'd come to me and he'd be like, Mike, my kids are failing. I'm like, who's failing? He goes, every one of them. I'm like, what? Every one of them? He goes, well, every day I give them a worksheet, a warm-up worksheet, and then I grade it and I put it in the grade book. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, they fail it every day. I said, well, don't count it. Don't put it in the grade book. Just make it a practice sheet
Right.
that you just do for a warm-up just to
Right.
see where they are.
Just hand it.
Because guess what?
Right.
You're failing.
Yeah.
If you're
Doesn't
failing,
look good.
if you're failing your whole class. And it used to
Yeah,
drive me
math is
crazy.
tough, too.
I know math is tough. And I
'Cause people
understand
hate math.
there's teachers out there who are like,
Yeah.
these kids have to be responsible.
Responsible.
I agree. I understand all that. But
Gotta
listen,
get over the hurdle.
it's 2 marking periods down. I know in our school, if you get 2 Fs for the first and second marking period, you failed for the year.
Not good.
There's no help. There's no hope.
Yeah.
So my advice to some teachers is use everything you can to make sure they don't
Yeah.
fail that second marking period.
Right. D. You can just
Yeah,
D,
just to
like,
let them hang on because
Yeah.
you're going to lose them the rest of the year.
Yeah. I can't win.
Yeah,
I'm out.
you're going to lose them the rest of the year.
Right.
And it's going to be
Boom. That's a long 2 marking periods, man. Long 2 marking periods, yeah. But I know what you mean. People used to kid me. I was like, you just don't fail. Like, not you don't, but I'll literally call them up and be like, you're missing, like, what am I missing? And I have it on the printout.
right.
So, and I also have it on the computer. I'm like, here you go. Look.
I know with
They're
now
like,
with
oh,
now with Canvas,
right.
and everybody
Canvas,
has a tablet or a Chromebook.
Right.
There's no
But
reason. And now we even have like Infinite Campus. The parents can check grades.
Yeah, right.
iCampus.
There's
the kids
an app.
they can keep track of it.
Right. They don't.
I know the other day we have something called Tier Thursdays,
No.
and it's a period every other Thursday where students get to make up
Like
work.
catch up then.
And I was covering a class,
Uh-huh.
and there were 4 students. So if you have to make something up during tiers, the rest of the school gets to do they get to go to the library, they get to go to the cafeteria, play games, they get to go to the gym, and then the students that are failing. So one young lady, I had no idea who she was. She was on the list to stay for tier,
Okay.
and she's like, Mr. McHugh, I don't need to stay anymore. And I'm like, well, you're on the list. She goes, look, and she pulled up iCampus.
Oh.
And she showed me her grade, and she said, I shouldn't be on the list. Mrs. So-and-so, who I was covering for, she told me I didn't have to stay tomorrow because I'm now have a 76.
Nice.
And she pulled out
Was it
iCampus,
76?
showed me it,
You
and said,
can
look.
go.
And I'm like, you can go.
You can go.
She was pretty excited.
That's awesome. Because I tell the kids, and one thing I always tell them, Matt, I said, any subject, I said, don't take a 0. I said, as soon as they put the 0 in,
Oh.
you're failing.
Now,
Like, you're failing hard.
I know.
Like,
Don't take the 0.
50%. But I said, if you turn in 2 zeros, boom, you could beat 76. So I know with other classes, like especially social studies, they're like, I'm failing. I go, what project you missing? What? It's not a test.
Right.
Well, I didn't turn this. 0 out of 100. That'll do it. So I said, get it done, hand it in. Can't hand it in late. No, just hand it in. Trust
Yeah, I know. There's teachers that have those drop down, and
Deadline.
I understand,
Yeah, I get it.
college
Deadlines.
professors and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Hey,
But
dude, I taught colleges to let people turn stuff in late. I
But-
took a grade off, but
correct.
Yeah,
there
there's
should
a
be
penalty.
a penalty or a punishment.
Right.
But look,
there's a project. I'm
for
telling
your
you.
own sanity out there.
Yeah.
And I just
How many years between us?
there's
50
60 some,
years?
65 years between
That's a
us.
lot. Okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
we've been through it.
Right.
Don't
Right.
give them a chance.
Right. And
Give
I
them
teach
a hope.
math. I even
Right.
teach
Give them
math.
hope.
But I tell
You
the
know?
kids, I go, just turn the worksheet. You got a 0. I could turn it in. Boom. You got
I
7
know.
out of 10.
There's got to be some hope. So listen, I found an activity just to let you know. I was Googling like some ideas. This is an activity you can find online. You can do it with your class. It could be a writing activity. Okay. It also, this is what do you call it? Mad Libs?
Mad Libs.
Yeah. So it's excuses for students for why they didn't do their homework or why something's late.
Somebody stole
Okay.
it.
I listen.
My
I
brother
like-
stole it. He threw it out.
I like originality. When a student comes up and says, my dog ate my homework, of course
Yeah.
but we have some great
Really good ones.
yeah.
And some are so crazy, you're like, yeah, it's probably
You're
real.
probably right.
Yeah. Left
Like,
it at my uncle's house.
You know,
you're like,
and
yeah, that sounds
working
about right.
sometimes in where we work,
Yeah.
you'll have a student come up and say, Mr. McHugh, I couldn't do my homework. The police were at my house
Yeah.
all night long. And
Yeah,
you're
and
like,
"Ah."
the police were at your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took away my dad. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus.
geez. Yeah.
Well, listen, okay. They
I
couldn't
was
do
on
your...
the news, Channel 6. You're
you
like,
couldn't-
oh, okay.
I had a student. He couldn't do his homework. Someone shot a bullet in his house.
Jeez.
And he took a picture. It was in his bedroom, and it was right above his bed. The
Oh
bullet
my
went through.
God. Really? Wow.
I mean, that's an excuse for
That's
not
an
doing your
excuse.
homework.
Yeah, here's the bullet.
Here's the bullet.
Woohoo.
Listen, I know.
Yeah,
So,
I get it.
well, listen,
It's
teachers,
great.
just a bit of advice.
Don't fail.
Don't fail
Don't
them.
fail. Try to do. Yeah, I always think, even now when I sub, if the teacher leaves an assignment, I tell the kid, I go, this is a give me grade. And they're like, a what? I go, a give me grade. In golf, when you're like 2 inches,
Gimme.
putting.
It's a gimme.
People are like, I don't even have to do it. It's a gimme.
It's a gimme,
I go,
right?
right.
Correct.
I go, this assignment is so easy. You just do it. You got 10 points. 10 out of 10. And you got all class.
Beautiful.
And I'll help you. I'll
Beautiful.
lend you a Chromebook.
Yeah, right,
Like-
right.
You know, you can sign in under my name if you have to. Whatever it takes. I charge Chromebooks all the time. When I sub, first thing I do, find them.
Yeah, I mean, we have a
Because
little
there's-
station. I know.
The Chromebook
We
shot.
do that all the time.
Bring it up, dude.
All right, listen, we're going to hit you up with two. This is kind of funny way to end. These are
I should
two.
have brought some. I think I stole some.
I know, I have some notes.
I know I
These
have
are
them
notes
somewhere.
from students. We found these two notes. These are from students. They're writing to their teachers.
Teacher.
These two students had to be a little angry.
Yeah.
You have looks like a first grader
I
wrote a
think
note
so.
to a teacher. One of them,
6.
you-
only 6.
he's only 6 years old, so a
Yeah.
first grader wrote this to his teacher, quite angry with his
Yeah,
teacher.
all fired up. It
Um,
sounds like the with your son with the what they give out at school. Remember?
Oh,
Crawling around the
Yeah.
cafeteria.
They gave out Jamison Jets, and he was going under under the tables in the cafeteria to get a Jamison Jet. I know our school has something called Tiger Bucks.
And we have what do we have? Armstrong
Rocks.
Rocks tickets.
And look,
they're
it's a
like
great
money.
incentive to help, but some students,
Yeah.
they just can't handle it. They get really
They
upset.
lose it, man.
They lose it. So why don't you read that
All
to
right.
us?
Here we go. Yeah, I think.
And this
first
is
grade
right from the student's
it.
words.
So, okay, here we go. Dear Ms. Jones, I am angry of you because you took 25 of my hummingbird bucks, all because I was talking to Connor. That's no big deal. In only 6. I can't be, I think it's quiet yet. Quit. Q-Y-E-T.
Okay.
Quit. Can't be quiet. All the time. And that makes, she wants to do it all the time. All the time. And that makes you a thief and a crooked. You are going to hell, real hell, the burning one, number 1, because you're a thief. I worked hard for those bucks, and my only prayer in chapel today was that God gets you to hell fast, super fast. And your new haircut is bad, real bad. Isaac.
Oh man.
Sounds like Catholic school.
Oh
during
man.
chapel.
I know.
Dude, what?
That's
Dude,
that's an angry sixth
Oh,
grader. Don't take away those bucks.
You might get kicked out of
I know the
school
bucks
with
are
that.
like gold.
Sister, whatever calls
I
you.
know.
Ooh. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, I'm going to read one
Okay,
to
I've
you.
got something.
This is an angry student. Looks like a
That's pretty good penmanship.
maybe a third grader.
Okay.
About not
Oh.
doing his. This is an excuse for not doing his homework.
Well, okay.
It says,
homework or all homework?
"Dear Mrs. Bess, I didn't do my homework because I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do schoolwork over the weekend because it is a stress and free time to go out with friends, watch TV, and play video games. I don't do it also because it makes me very mad and unhappy. I do make me happy. I do what make me happy because want to be happy. Plus, my mom has been finding gray hairs and not trying to stress out. I feel the world's jobs don't give you homework. Unless you have a boss or a teacher, homework is not a real thing. The real world. We should not have to do it in school because it's not useful. Case closed.
Case closed.
The court ruled in favor of Joey Betterman. The case of student versus homework. Thank you. I love that.
That's great.
I love
the
that.
When kids say, "Yo, why don't you work on that now?" They're like, "Oh, I'll just do it for homework." I'm like, "No, you won't."
No, you're wrong.
That's
I
the
know,
worst.
I
I don't
know.
even buy it. They don't buy it.
All right, listen. Happy halfway point.
Halfway point.
Hump day, hump day, hump day.
Over the
Mike.
hump.
What day is it, Mike? It's hump day.
Hump day.
And last week we forgot to end with something.
Oh, our saying.
You know what they say?
With every beer,
No, with every pour,
with every pour,
there's a
story.
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 All right, Jim, listen, man.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
I'll see you next week.